acho que a gente nem entrou ainda. Agora vai. Pera. Hello, everybody! Welcome to Milito English. Acho que agora tá indo. Vocês estão me vendo? Gente, vocês estão me vendo? Fala aí, que eu tô meio perdida aqui para variar, né? Eu fico toda hora, eu mudo de programa, de jeito de entrar nessas lives, e daí eu só faço bobagem, né? Mas eu acho que agora tá indo.
Vai dar certo.
Dá certo. Uma hora vai dar certo. Eu acho ótimo, porque meus alunos também são pacientes, eles têm que ser, coitados, porque se eles não forem, eles não vão conseguir assistir minhas aulas, né? A pessoa que é muito perdida. Mas, beleza. Então, vamos lá. Já temos mensagem da Giovana Milito, falando hello. Então, antes de eu começar a conversar com a Cacá de verdade, e a gente entrar no nosso papo, deixa eu só dar os recadinhos do dia. Lembrando que agora a gente tem 2 lives na terça e 2 lives na quinta. Então, depois que acaba esta live, eu entro numa aula com o pessoal, com os meus alunos da segunda turma do Verde e Amarelo, por uns 45 minutos. Aí, quando for umas 9h15, eu volto num outro link que vocês têm que procurar por aí. Eu volto ao vivo para continuar o curso de inglês do Verde e Amarelo. Aproveito, já convido a Camila para vir aqui fazer inglês comigo e chamar todo mundo. Luísa Caroline também já está aí, está mandando hello para você. E hoje eu vou conversar com a Camila. Daí, só antes de eu começar a conversar com a Camila, só tem mais um recado para dar. Eu abri ontem as inscrições lá no Instagram e no Facebook para quem quiser fazer comigo o curso que vai ser voltado para comunicação, onde eu vou incentivar vocês a falarem inglês baseado em filmes. Então, a gente vai fazer um trabalho bem legal, vai ser um curso aí de 16 semanas, é totalmente de graça. Quem conseguir se inscrever, eu vou pegar 12 pessoas, né, para estar aqui comigo na plataforma, para conversar comigo, igual a Camila vai conversar aqui. E quem não conseguir se inscrever, ou porque demorou, ou porque não pode se comprometer, vai poder acompanhar o curso aqui pelo YouTube, que uma parte dele vai ser transmitida ao vivo para vocês, e outra vai ser só a gente mesmo, tá? Então é sempre bom, se você puder, correr para vir aqui, para se inscrever e estar aqui comigo na plataforma, que você vai ter acesso a muito mais coisa, muito mais informações. Então, corre lá, é só você me mandar um e-mail, procura o post, no post está explicado tudo direitinho, tá bom? Então, hoje eu trouxe para vocês a Camila, né? Semana passada eu acabei não conseguindo trazer alguém da área de RH que eu queria, e essa semana eu já tinha combinado com a Camila. E a Camila é uma pessoa muito, muito querida. Ela é uma mulher porreta, ela é demais, e ela trabalha com modelagem. Gente, não é modelo, vocês não vão aprender a ser modelo igual a Gisele Bündchen, é outro tipo de modelo, mas que é muito legal. Então eu trouxe a Camila aqui para conversar, porque eu já fiz aula com a Camila, já aprendi a modelar com a Camila. Aprendi não, né? Eu fiz algumas aulas aí, modelei algumas coisas, fiz uma camisa para minha filha, fiz umas coisas muito legais, e foi muito, muito bacana, porque uma das minhas paixões é a costura, né? Mas eu não sei, eu só me meto, me meto aí para fazer, não faço direito, mas tinha uma época que eu falei, deixa eu aprender a fazer um pouquinho melhor, e eu vou lá com a Cacá. E foi super legal.
Também, lembra? Lembra, Gi?
Verdade. Daí a minha filha também foi, a Giovana foi, ela aprendeu um monte de coisa. Aliás, até hoje ela me enche o saco, porque eu faço as coisas, ela fala assim pra mim, tá torto, a Camila não ia deixar. A Camila...
Giovana, eterno amor por você.
Ela vira uma pinteira. Ela ia falar assim, a Camila ia mandar você descosturar. Daí eu falo, meu Deus, tá, a Camila não tá aqui. Então... E a Camila, eu coloquei lá no post, né, que eu fiz no Instagram, eu coloquei uma brincadeira, né, com a Camila, porque eu falei que a gente vai falar sobre costura e sobre panos. Daí eu falei, não, panos não, tecidos, porque a Camila odeia quando a gente chama tecido de pano. Então, antes da gente começar em inglês, conta pra gente, Cacá, qual é a diferença de pano e tecido?
Pano, na verdade, a gente associa pejorativamente a pano de chão, são pedaços de tecido, né? Só que são pedaços de tecido que já são usados, desgastados. Então, a gente tem dentro da minha área, a gente entende que você está chamando de pano, você está chamando de maneira pejorativa mesmo, jocosa. Então, não é legal. As pessoas da área chamam tecido porque tecido vem do latim, enfim, tem toda uma simbologia que, aliás, boa ideia. Essa semana vai lá no meu Instagram, Ateliê Camila Gonçalves, eu vou fazer um story sobre isso.
Legal.
Né, sobre isso com os termos originais, né, da onde vem, e vai ser bem legal.
Ah, que legal, vou ver. E, Cacá, conta uma coisa para mim. How do you say tecido in English?
Fabrics or textile. Textile também é usado, né?
Textile. There is also material in England. I don't know if you know, but in England they use material instead of fabric. In America they use more fabric than material, but in England they use material. I always thought it was very funny because to me material would be material, e pode ser qualquer material. But in England, if you say, oh, it's a material, it's made out of material, it means that é feito de pano, né? Quer dizer, de tecido. É feito de tecido. Please don't leave the live. Stay with me. I promise I will not say pano anymore.
I hope so.
So tell me, explain to us a little bit about modeling. My question is, can you do modeling and not know how to sew, and vice versa? Can you sew and not know how to model? Is that a name in English? Like in Portuguese, we say modelista, né?
The real name for modeling is pattern making.
Okay, pattern making. Okay.
We have this termo. How can I say term? Because modeling can be other things like modeling programs or apps here in internet. So we use pattern making to name this this thing when we have to make clothes or bags or anything we can do with fabrics. Yara, my English is a little lento, slow.
No, perfect. You're going to see. Soon people are going to start sending us message saying that they love your live because you speak slowly and they can understand. Remember that this is a live for people to learn English, to practice and learn English. So you are learning, I am learning, everybody who's watching is learning. So don't worry. And if you make mistakes, it's not a problem. If you don't know how to say something, you can ask. If I don't know, I will research. I have my friend Simone here. My Simone's teacher, Simone. She's also an English teacher. She's a great friend of mine from Bahia. And all the time I forget words and I forget how to say things. And Simone rescues me. So I always say, Simone, como é que fala isso mesmo que eu esqueci? Daí a Simone me manda o recadinho. So
I will try to speak in English. That I'm real happy to be here, trying to speak and trying to exercise this language, because I think
Linda McCartney. Meu Deus, hold on. Linda McCartney, você precisa ficar quieta, bebê, senão não dá pra gente fazer live nessa casa. Gente, hello, sorry, Linda. My dog, Linda McCartney is here, and Elvis Presley is sleeping because, you know, being agitated requires too much energy and he prefers to sleep.
Is here too. She is she, because she is she,
Mhm.
not it anymore.
Uh-huh.
She's here sleeping too. So
Okay.
I would like to say that I'm so happy to be here exercising the language with you. And thank you, Yara, for inviting me.
Oh,
I'm
you're very welcome. I'm so happy to have you here with me because I am a very big fan of your work. So I'm really glad that you accepted my invitation. I invite many people, not everybody have the courage to come and do that. I know it's a challenge, and honestly, before I had my channel, I don't know if I would have the courage to come and show my face and be in a live on YouTube, even in Portuguese, let alone in English. So I congratulate you and everybody else who comes, because I know it's a challenge. I know it's not easy. So
Yes,
you are great.
it really is. But I know the courage. We must have courage to stay here
Mhm.
and to just how can I say, overcome
To
this
overcome,
challenge.
perfect. Hmm. Very good. So
So you
tell
asked
me,
me.
my question. So my question
Mhm.
was, what is the difference between pattern making and sewing? How do
Mhm.
they overlap? I'm sure, of course, they overlap in some part of it. And can you be a pattern maker and not know how to sew, and vice versa?
Yes, the point is when you make pattern makings without sew, you don't know the details, because you when you construct a pattern, the pattern, you have to pre, prever.
View. So when you design, not when you build, when you
Okay,
design the pattern, okay.
okay. When you design the pattern, you have to think the every sew will have to do. Even you don't sew, anybody will have to sew.
Someone you have to sew it.
Someone
Uh-huh,
will have to
uh-huh.
sew. And this this measurements must be defined this in this moment. So if you don't sew, you don't know how the measure you have to use. You have
Okay.
to use to
Mhm.
do the cloth.
Okay. And how about if you are a seamstress? Uh, is it possible for you to know how to sew really well without knowing how to do patterns, how to make
Yes,
patterns?
yes, it's more possible to be I use seamstress.
Seamstress, uh-huh.
When you are a seamstress, you don't know, you don't have to know how to do pattern making, because you can take it from magazines, you can buy pattern makings. It's okay, it's okay. But when you are um, a modelist or when you do pattern makings, you must be a seamstress. You
Okay. And is there a difference between a pattern maker and tailor, for example? Because this is a word, like in English we have seamstress, we have tailor. What is the difference?
history time.
Sempre aquela velha
uh,
história.
yes. Um, until century 16,
16th
until
century.
16th century, women cannot sew. Pattern making, not too.
They were
Impossible
not allowed
for
to.
women.
They were not allowed to?
They are not allowed to.
Really?
Yes.
That's so funny, because nowadays when we think about sewing, like we all think about women.
Women. So, but they are not allowed to sew. Only embroidery. They only can do embroidery in.
Okay, let me just correct one thing in your pronunciation that's very important. You are saying sue. Sue é você entrar com uma ação contra alguém. É sew.
Sew.
Okay? Yeah, we spell it S-E-W, S-E-W, but we say sew. Okay?
So, okay.
Isso.
But nowadays, only we can sew, because when a man says, I'm a seamstress, I don't know if seamstress is used
no, I don't think it's used for men. I think we would use tailor for men.
Tailor. But tailor is similar professional, but they are specialized in suits and suits and trousers and or pants, and I don't remember how can I say college.
Vests.
And
I'm looking here, costureiro. They say costureiro. Seria, they say fashion designer or dressmaker. At least that's what Google tells me.
Dressmaker is more
okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Because seamstress, I think it's only for women. I don't think. Help, teacher Simone. Como é que a gente vai falar? Tem masculino para seamstress, Simone? I don't know. If anyone knows, you can go ahead, look it up, and tell us, because we don't know either. And Tato is also here. He's saying hello and good evening.
And so, this is the history of the professional. So, tailors are specialized, and seamstress is the similar as tailor, but dresses, we can do more dresses or female clothes.
Okay, but it's not only female, it's also male. Is there any difference like that? Okay.
I will have to say it in Portuguese to be more clear. O alfaiate, ele é mais próximo da modista. A costureira é a profissional que costura, ou seja, normalmente ela é a costureira ou a piloteira na indústria, a gente chama assim.
Okay, so seamstress is the woman that she only sews. She does, like, if I'm a seamstress, I don't necessarily make something. Like if I want something custom made, I have to go to the tailor.
No, in English, I don't know. This difference is in Portuguese. I think in English, seamstress is similar tailor, but the seamstress cannot be the the person who makes the patterns.
Okay. Yeah, because I learned, I'm going to tell you something. I learned this word, seamstress, in the song Tiny Dancer by Elton John. Yes. Once I was listening to this song, and then I was like, okay, seamstress for the band. I was like, seamstress for the band? What's a seamstress? I had no idea. So I looked it up. At that time, I looked it up in a dictionary because there was no Google or internet. And then it said, it was like costureira. I was like, costureira, but I didn't know that. So then I started to pay attention to that. And it was like almost a lifetime ago.
Yeah. This is an important song to me.
Is it?
I can identify myself in the song.
Okay. So tell me something. What do you like designing the most? Do you have a favorite? Dresses, shirts, or other things? Do you design only clothes, or do you design other things? I mean, if I want a custom-made bag, for example, would that also be your job?
I know how to draw, and I know how to
So, it's the same sound as so. Sabe quando você fala assim, então, como é que você fala? So. É exatamente o mesmo som.
Okay.
Okay?
I know how
to sew, and I know how to design.
Yeah. And I know how to design bags. I can do it, but I don't like. It's not my preference. I prefer draw and sew shirts. I love to sew shirts.
Shirts or t-shirts?
Shirts.
Blouses, like female.
Blouses like female, and the men and male shirts.
And for men.
I love
okay. So let me explain for people that are watching. So if they don't know, there is a difference. And in Portuguese also, right? I learned that there was a difference in Portuguese. After I learned there was a difference in English. But shirts are for men and blouses are for women, right? And in Portuguese, there is also this difference, correct? Am I correct?
Yes. In Portuguese, we have this difference too. I am a tailor. I can work as a tailor because I studied for it. I love tailoring. Tailoring. Yes. So my preference is shirt, and I love trousers também.
Também. And let me ask you something. Once I read, I don't know if it's true or not, that one of the main differences between a blouse and a shirt is that the buttons are opposite size, because men used to have someone else to dress them for them. So, and women would dress them themselves. So that's why they are opposite. Is that true? And what is the correct side?
The name is controversial. How can I say?
It's controversial.
Controversial. Because blouse is for women, but women use shirt too. But men don't use blouse.
Don't wear blouse.
Don't wear blouse. But women can wear shirt too. But the opposite side of button is a true. I tell a story. I don't know if it is true, but I tell to my students.
It's a picturesque story, so let's tell it.
It's fault of Napoleon.
Okay, it's Napoleon's fault.
Yes, because he was strategist, strong strategist. So he percebeu.
He noticed
that when you pull the
sword.
I'm a little nervous.
Don't worry, relax.
When you pull the sword, it prendia.
It would tangle. It would get stuck. it would get stuck. It would tangle with the shirt.
The shirt, yes. So he changed it.
Oh.
I don't know if it's true. I listened this history once. It makes sense.
Sure, it makes sense, yes.
But I don't know if it's true. I mean, people like this kind of history.
Of course, wonderful,
They
wonderful.
can remember. It's the point. They can remember the history and don't forget the button for men's are opposite for women.
For women, very good. And what's the most difficult piece of clothing that you have ever designed and made?
Oh, every day is a challenge because sometimes we think this cloth is simple. You don't have a lot of details. You don't have a lot of cuts or I forgot the name of Pensy.
Gente, I have no idea in English.
It wasn't here, but I don't remember now because
it's that expression exists in English too. It was at the tip of my tongue, but I forgot. A gente fala inglês também. Tava na ponta da língua. Pens, I have no idea. Let me check here. Pens. Hold on. Pense is you spell it with a C or an S?
C.
C. It says pence. I think he didn't find.
Okay.
I don't know. So a pence. Okay. Pens are difficult then.
Yes. When you don't have pens, you have more work to hide defeitos.
The flaws.
Flaws
or problems.
Problems. They are big problems. So you have more problems to hide these problems. Because you have things like this and this. You have to send this kind of problems to cuts, specifically cuts to make the design flows.
Okay. And what do you like best? Do you prefer to design something, to make a new piece of clothing, or do you like teaching? Because you are a wonderful teacher. What brings you more pleasure, when you see your students thrive, or when you see your clothing, like your design, perfectly made, and you say, yes, that's exactly what I want?
I usually say, only to answer your last question, the worst piece of cloth was bride dress.
That must have been hard.
It was hard. Level 10, because I don't use renda.
I knew that too, and I forgot. Laces, right? Laces, yes.
So when you use lace, it's a little less difficult.
Less difficult?
No,
more difficult.
No, less.
Menos difícil quando usa renda?
Because when you have laces, you can hide that kind of problem.
Okay.
When you don't have, you cannot. So you can.
I see.
Tudo na régua.
Jesus, yeah, okay. I
So
see.
you asked me if I prefer draw or sew. I use it to say that teach is the is my profession.
Okay.
Sew and draw is my hobby.
Oh, okay. There you have it.
I can forget everything. I love to do this, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't have. Mm, I have to, but I love to teach, so I make this as my profession.
Okay. And where is your, do you still have both studios in Santos and in São Paulo?
No, Santos Atelier Camila Gonçalves was closed in 2 years ago.
Really?
Yes, but I teach until December in EMA.
Vila Ema in São Paulo?
No, EMA.
Ah, Ema at the okay, Ema where I had
With
classes with you.
Neuza,
Okay.
Lisandra,
Yes.
and Cleide.
Okay.
I teach there until December.
I taught there. Okay. I was teaching there until December, and then you stopped.
Yeah,
Okay.
yes, I stopped because I had some projects and coronavirus collaborated.
Yes.
So
And how about
I'm here in São
you are
Paulo.
full time in São Paulo? Where is your studio in São Paulo?
My direction is
Can be here. Okay.
is Rua Augusta, near Avenida Paulista.
Cool. Wow,
Yes,
you are in a wonderful place.
3 blocks from Paulista.
Wow, great, wonderful. And so, guys, if you guys are watching and you want to be Camila's student, you want to learn how to design your clothes and everything, you can look for her. You can look her up at Atelier Camila Gonçalves, né? In Instagram.
And website.
You have a website too, right? Camila, Atelier Camila Gonçalves. Atelier with an R or without an R?
Atelier
Camila Gonçalves.com.br. Very good. .com.br. And how about online classes? Because I have, for example, I have been teaching English online for over 10 years. But before the pandemics, a lot of people were still very, they didn't believe much about online classes. Nowadays, people have seen that it's possible. But of course, I teach English. It's really easy. I just, share my screen and I can type and people can see it. It's very difficult from sewing, learning how to design clothes and sew. Is it possible to have a course like that online? And have you tried or are you planning to?
Yes, it's possible. I have some pupils. I have one in London too.
Cool.
But the classes are individual nowadays. But I'm gravando, filmando.
Recording.
Me and my husband, we are recording the course to everybody start to sew.
Cool.
Yes.
Interesting. Do you have an idea when it's going to be available?
I really want to bring it to life until April.
Okay, by April.
I hope it will be okay in April, and everybody can sew, because the method is truly easy.
Okay. That was another question that I was going to ask you. Can everyone sew? Do you think it's possible for everyone to learn? And another question is, how about left-handed? How difficult is it for people that are left-handed to learn how to work a sewing machine?
Everybody can sew. I have had the privilege.
I've had the privilege,
to teach person, more than one people with difficult hands are not working, and people paralyzed, half paralyzed, people without a leg, people who suffer AVC,
who had a stroke.
So they have difficulties with mobility. I can teach this person, this people too.
Wow.
And I have many cases in my life. I can create strategies to make them so it's okay. And everybody can sew if they are patients, if they are people who makes the process. You cannot jump.
You cannot skip.
You cannot skip
parts of the process. You need to follow the process.
And the left hand, about people who left hand, you have difficulties when you cut
with the scissors.
But you have scissors too, left-handed.
For left-handed people.
And the worst difficult is cut. Buttons from the sewing machine, you until me have sometimes, because until now, even me change, because I sew on many kinds of machines, so I do sometimes I make mistakes, so it's normal.
Of course.
But and everybody can see.
Another question is, why sewing? Why modeling? How did you get involved with that, and how did you fall in love with this career? Because it's not very common nowadays. We don't see, when we ask kids, what do you want to be when you grow up? I know I wouldn't know how many would say, oh, I want to be a seamstress, or I want to be a tailor.
Mommy is a seamstress, so I use it to be behind the sewing machine. Behind is it correct?
Or to say at the sewing machine.
No, at embaixo.
Under.
I
used to be under her sewing machine.
Sewing machine. And just to be with her, and I observe, and it was beautiful to me.
Was she a seamstress by profession like you? Because back then, a lot of women, most of women knew how to sew and how to do it, because they learned it. They learned it from their mother, and it was almost natural. But was she a seamstress by profession as well?
No, 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 not so, because she used to take dresses or clothes for friends.
Okay.
So she sell the best.
She sold?
She sold
okay, she used to
that
sell.
clothes for this women, but
Okay.
it was a freelancer.
Okay,
I can say this.
Yeah,
But
it was a temporary thing. It was a freelancer.
yeah,
She was a
it
freelancer.
was a renda extra. But when I was 11, I was terrible student in maths.
Okay.
So mommy think about this case and say, she will go to make pattern makings to learn how to make guns.
How to do math, of course, and then learn
math.
about proportion. And yes, you have to.
Especially divisão.
Okay, division. Okay, excellent. So let me just.
I was in love.
We have here Juliana Souza. She's a student of mine. She's clapping her hands to you. Tatiane Carriel and Elaine Fortuna, they're also enjoying us here. So,
ai, a Tati, querida! Tati, querida! Ninguém tá aqui para amigo em inglês. Não, mas brincadeira. Eu tô gostando.
Faz parte, faz parte.
Com certeza.
Excellent. Elaine Fortuna, ela é minha comadre, ela é esposa do padrinho da Giovanna, and she sews too. She sews. She does a lot of handcraft stuff. I don't remember. I don't think she makes clothes, but she has a sewing machine, and she's kind of like me, you know. She tries, and something comes out of it. And she took some classes, quilting, and a lot of things. She's way better than me, actually. Yeah,
you are a good student.
I enjoyed it a lot. I think when you're passionate about something, it helps. It helps a lot. I think it's important when you like it. Excellent. Very good. So, and did your mom used to help you a lot in the studio here in Santos? Is she still teaching, or did she retire after you moved to São Paulo?
COVID makes her retire.
Force her to retire, unfortunately.
Yeah, because she can't. She's almost 70. And she can't do it. But before this kind of things happen, she was a teacher. She doesn't help.
She wasn't a helper. She was a teacher. Yes. Okay. Yes.
And it was so grateful to me, because she never thought about be a teacher, and really she discovered a new world, and nossa, nessa altura, desculpa falar em português, nessa altura da vida, eu me descobrindo profissionalmente, foi muito legal.
Que legal. E ela é uma querida, assim. She was wonderful. I remember her, she gave me so many tips, and she would help me, and she would show me the details, how to unfold, and, you know, if you do it like this, it's going to be better. And she was such a perfectionist. I mean, you were a pain in the butt. Quando você vinha com aquele trequinho mandando a gente desmontar as coisas, a gente já queria te furar com aquilo. She was like even more perfectionist than you. Like, she would make the things perfect. It was so beautiful. It was very impressive. I hold her very dear to me. You tell her that I sent her.
I have to tell you something. We both are Virgo.
You are Virgo, okay.
Virgo. Yes,
that explains a lot.
because of this, we came with that treco na mão.
You're both such perfectionists, but that's wonderful, because that avoids a lot of problems on the next steps. Like you said, you have to follow steps, and if you start making things like kind of right on the first one, when you get to the 10th one, you're sure your piece of clothes are going to be all crooked and it's not going to look good at all. So yes, I think every time when you're building something, and something like that, a piece of clothing, it's just like when you were building a building, you're making a construction. If you are not exact, the result's not going to be good. You're not going to have a good result. So yeah. And that's kind of why I love doing cloth dolls, because they are all crooked and nobody cares. It's not a problem. They don't complain to me when their dresses don't match perfectly. My dolls don't complain.
So I'm having some blights visiting me. Talking about dolls, do you know blights?
No, blinds like pessoas cegas.
No, blight, T, com T.
No.
BLYTHE. It's a kind of doll.
Oh, blight. No, I didn't know it was a kind of doll.
Stay focused on my Instagram, and you will know the blights are invadindo.
Okay, they're invading. I will check. I love that. That's how I started sewing. It was with cloth dolls.
Me too.
Yeah, I love it. And then of course you try to adventure, if you're adventurous, and you try to do something else. And then the $1 million question, I always have $1 million question, is what is the best sewing machine?
Bernina, the name of my cat.
Wow.
Bernina. It's
Bernina.
Bernina. It's from Switzerland.
Mm-hmm.
And the best machine. The best. It was for a long time the dream of my life. Nowadays I have to.
Very good.
I can make embroidery.
Wow. Cool. Yes.
They are perfect. If you want a Bernina, call me, because I can levar você pelo mundo de Bernina.
I can take you to the world of sewing and seamstressing. Very good. Excellent.
And I can take you to know this 9 wonderful of the world.
I can show you the world.
And I can make you fall in love with Berninas too. I'm not talking about my cat. You will fall in love with her, but I'm talking about Bernina sewing machine.
So, my dear, as soon as this pandemic's over, because it has to be over sometime, please, COVID, go away, because we are so tired of you. I owe you a visit. I need to go visit your new atelier in São Paulo. I promise I will go as soon as I can, but I want to go when I am able and allowed to give you a big hug, because I haven't seen you since a Mega de 2018, né? Que a gente não se vê.
19.
Yes, 2019. Yes.
The last party.
Yes, and after that, no more. So I thank you so much for coming here, for being here with me and talking and teaching us a little bit about your world and about sewing and being a seamstress and everything. And thank you for existing and for being in my life and for teaching me so much you teach me, and for being so available. Every time I have some questions, I send you messages and you're always there ready to answer me. My friend Elaine, minha comadre, is saying, visit me too. I will, comadre, I will, I promise. And then she moved to Brasilia. It's been a long time and I haven't been there yet, but I will. I have to go and visit everybody. So, Cacá, thank you so much for being here and for our chat.
So much to be here to can talk with you. For me, it's a big pleasure. Invite me more. I'm always here. I'm always here to talk and to teach. I love this, and I love to talk about teaching.
Wonderful. Maybe what we can do is, after you have your course already, maybe we can do something and we can have one course in English.
I will appreciate, because I work it. You don't know this. I work it with brands, international brands. So I know a bunch of words. So I can read an invoice, things like this. But talking is a little difficult to me, because I know people are shy talking in another language, and it's not our language. But
so maybe we can make together a video, a class, like a sewing class or something, and then we can post here on YouTube. It's going to be a collab between Atelier Camila Gonçalves and Milito English.
Wonderful thing, and we can do it, of course. Gigi, beijo para você também.
Tá, muito obrigada. Pessoal que está assistindo, se alguém tiver alguma pergunta, pode mandar. Eu queria já agradecer a todo mundo que está aí assistindo. Não esqueça, agora eu vou entrar em aula com o pessoal da Turma Verde e Amarelo, e depois das 9h15 a gente volta para a Turma do Verde e Amarelo. Então eu gostaria de agradecer todo mundo que está aí assistindo. Um beijo enorme. Thank you so much. E se você tá aí assistindo e você tem uma história legal para contar, quer vir aqui falar comigo, né? Tem a coragem que a Camila teve de vir aqui conversar comigo em inglês, me manda uma mensagem que a gente planeja esse bate-papo. É um bate-papo informal, vocês viram, não precisa saber inglês super bem, se errar não tem problema, se não souber a gente pesquisa na hora. O importante é a gente incentivar e todo mundo aprender junto, eu, vocês, quem está assistindo, e assim todo mundo vai melhorando, né? Então, Elaine já disse, it's a great idea. Então já tem aí, né, já temos gente que vai querer assistir aí com a gente, e nós vamos assistir fazer esse curso, vai ser bem legal, sim, tá bom?
Yeah. I would like to invite everybody to like Instagram, mine and yours. And give a like in this video, because this is good content for everyone. So your like is important here.
Yes, please do. If you guys have not given us your like, please do so. Subscribe to the channel. I have just posted here at the chat Atelier Camila Gonçalves, que é como vocês conseguem achá-la no Instagram e no site dela. Todo mundo seguindo a Cacá, seguindo a Milito English, e vamos lá, fazer todo mundo virar, como é que chama? Esqueci que você me falou, né, modelista?
Uma grande comunidade.
Como é que é?
uma grande comunidade.
Não, mas como que fala? Quem faz as roupas não é modelista, que eu falei. Você falou tem outro nome.
Tem a costureira, a modista ou alfaiate?
Modista, eu falei modelista, modista. Então, fazer todo mundo virar modista, costureiro e em inglês. Ai, que maravilha.
Ai,
Cacá, beijo enorme. Thank you so much for coming, and we are going to make that happen, I promise.
Eu que agradeço.
Bye, everyone. See you next time. Tchau, Cacá.
Tchau.